Jets and the Baltimore Ravens. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Here's Howell to throw on second down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. The Ravens at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in riding high, just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
And I like the way that this team is winning football games because they're doing it the way that coaches love to preach. Penalties at a minimum because they've been very disciplined, very focused in their business.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside 3rd of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
This is taken at the 15. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Jets will take over. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Slot man moves right. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And he's got room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe it.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. A Nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Right where this setup down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. They go play action now. Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
This time they'll throw it with Howell. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Finding room at midfield. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Mixing up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
First time that they call his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Howell completing the quick throw out wide. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. He's got it. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw to him just a little bit more.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
On first down, Wilson. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and then connect on a very nice play downfield. A combination of talent and toughness to go into the Briar Patch.
Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Wilson. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Hall, and this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jets are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Howell. He's going deep for Brown. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And the Jets will take over here just shy of the 30. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we know all about the importance of this ball game. Sure, we're still just in the middle part of the season, but this one you feel could have ramifications down the line.
Right now you're looking at these two teams as being the number 1 and 2 seeds in the NFC, and I know it's a little early to start worrying about seeding and such, but let's face it, if these two meet again, the winner of this game could be the one hosting that game that they play down the road.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Wilson. He's going to air one out. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. 71 yards. And the Jets have taken the lead. Point after try forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Jets 14, Ravens 7.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
Well, those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy is nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson eluded. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They have the great starting field position. Now facing 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And his kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. Now throwing on first down here. And this one's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Powell, another throw on second down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 45 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will. Here's Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That's good for 28 yards.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Wilson. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From near the goal line, here's Howell. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw, Howell. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On 1st down, Howell. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And some room to roam now. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. Man open left side is Brown. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Inside handoff to Mixon. Finding his way down to about the 35-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Here's Howell. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll give it to Mixon. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Ravens are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
67 yards rushing for him now to this point. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And now off to the races down the right side. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. But just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They'll go again with Hall. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
On the draw, it's Hall. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So decision time now because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Al now to throw it. And his throw here is incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
On third down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Here's Howell. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense. Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. Powell to throw. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 32 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. Unfortunately, he's able to recover himself, but the clock's still rolling here.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Throwing now is Wilson. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. There he goes, right side. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Ball ought to give up the middle. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you?
And that's caught inside the 35. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead. And also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, the offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Wilson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough. And these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. A really nice knockdown. You get so much pressure in these situations on defensive backs. What are they taught?
Play the ball, not the man. Because if you have a pass interference penalty in this spot, boy, oh boy, you put your team in a bad place.
One last shot for Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Ravens,
the victory moves them to 7-1 on the year.
and they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers.